Good evening. I'm your host, Jim Buchanan, and welcome to the Board of Damocles, where I will unbox this massive thing that showed up on my doorstep yesterday. Yeah, this is big. Anyway, okay, so here's what this is. This is the new game from Mind Clash Games, makers of Anachrony, my favorite game. This is Perseverance, and I'm super excited about this. I mean, this is people riding dinosaurs, and it's Mind Clash, so let's do this. All right, so like I said, this is a big boy. Let's see what it looks like here. Shameless plug for Fun Again Logistics. Not really. They do a good job. They do a lot of stuff, right? You know, I mean, that's kind of their thing. Well, among other things, Kickstarter. Oh man. Get out of here. Anyway, okay. Smaller box. So, Perseverance Castaway Chronicles. The deluxe with wash. So, I will say, I guess the only Awaken Games game that I own, Lords of Hellas, also had kind of a wash on it. I didn't love it. It wasn't bad, but I didn't love it. So, we'll see how this one turned out, okay? Cool. Okay. That's just good looking right there. I mean, I don't know how well you can see it because of the glare from the big, ginormous light thing that's right there. But, you know, whatever. Anyway, I'll take some pictures. Let's give it a whirl. Okay. All right. Very carefully, with surgical precision. Don't want to damage the box, right? Of course not. Okay. So much. All right, let's see. This all-in deluxe edition of Perseverance Castaway Chronicles includes 2 games that can be played standalone or consecutively in a replayable campaign. With the Chronicle expansion, both multiplayer and solo. Oh, I do love solo. Okay, with a dedicated solo variant, dedicated. Yeah, I mean, what more could you ask for, right? Okay, this edition comes in a box that contains every miniature and unique component available, including a limited edition neoprene dice tray. Well, it's kind of like, well, I've got one of those for Hellboy that I've opened the dice tray, but I haven't played Hellboy yet, so, you know. This stuff is, yeah, it's in the way, right? Look at all that. Okay, anyway, it's still gonna be in the way. But let's get this open. Let's see what's in there. It's got a modular tray system, 113 structure miniatures. Of that's 48 settlements, 1 rally marker, 28 walls, 12 watchtowers, 24 camps, 38 custom dice, 33 custom dice in the 16 millimeter variety. Let's try that again. 33 custom dice of the 16 millimeter variety, 1 threat die in the 20 millimeter size, and then custom extra large dino sighting, trap, and wall dice. Those are also 20 millimeters. But like I said, modular tray system. It looks like from this that tray system is going to be very similar to the one in Anachrony, which I like. I think that one's really good. This is an enormous box, kind of like Anachrony, the Infinity box, right? There are 64 dinosaur miniatures and 64 soldier miniatures. What that tells me is every soldier should ride a dinosaur. Right? I mean, what else are you supposed to... What other conclusion would you come to besides everyone should get to ride a dinosaur? Yeah, Harry Dresden style. Anyway, okay. We've got Keone, Jack, and Phoenix. These are and Adelita, who are our 8 leader miniatures. 2 different sculpts for each leader. That's kind of cool. All right. And there are 4 unique sculpts in the soldier miniatures, and there are 24 tramplers, 20 raptors, and 20 shield heads. And there are alternate sculpts for each dino species. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm excited. It's got painted metal tracker tokens. It's got a journal, which is basically the art and storybook. That's cool. It's got a painted temple miniature, and it has 30 squishy, and yes, it does say squishy, glowberry resources. I'll bet they feel a lot like the ones in, what's it called? Everdell, right? The berries in Everdell. I'll bet it's a lot like that. Anyway, y'all are like, hurry up, open the darn box already. I know. Oh, that worked. Okay. Well, let's see what's in it, right? Okay. I should say, okay, so Victor Peter, I know, I'm killing you. Victor Peter, Richard Armand, David Turchi, okay, David Turchi, sorry, Thomas van de Ginsta, I don't know if that's how you say it, Wolf Plunk, thinking maybe, yeah, okay, still pretty great. This is like, feels upside down, because it is. Nice. That's interesting that they chose to do the box that way. Okay, bags. I'm sure there's a reason for those, even with all of these modular tray things. Cool. Okay, this feels like some stuff, like rule books and, you know, art thing and all that. Some Punchouts. I don't know how many of the Punchouts I'm going to need because I have all these metal things and stuff. Not sure. I'll have to look at it, but let's just look at everything that's in here and figure it out, right? Seems like the way to go. Let's move the giant stuff off to the side. So, move it off to that side. Ah, what a mess. Okay. All right, so this is our art book with some stories and stuff like that. That's, I mean, you know, I like that art from Mind Clash games. I really do. I think it's pretty good. They always do a good job. They always have good story and stuff in there too. I haven't read a ton of it, but I like, it's one of the things I love about their games. Tricarion has a great story. And it works well with the theme and everything else. I like that. I would also say, I think Anachrony has a great story. Cerebria, good story. Still haven't played it, so I don't know about the gameplay. Anyway, all right, so you have the Dissenters. Narek and Camilla. Got a couple of different sides of this one, so that's pretty cool. Solo assembly, some things. Nice. That's cool. I like it. That looks good. You've got the Dino Attack combat rewards. So this side does nothing for you at home, but for me, this is great. Okay, but that side, you know, that's not too bad. That looks good. You know, hey, let's do a little bit of that. A little bit of that. Maybe I'll just put some pictures up on the screen so you can see what I'm looking at here. You know, take some nice photos, some scans, if you will. This is the assembly scoring tile. There's like one that's got 3, one that's got 2. I'm guessing this is for the 3 to 4 player, and this is for the 2 player on this side. Mostly because it says it up in the top, but also because that would make sense. The Outpost Offer. Same thing. Different sides for different player counts. Okay, this looks like it is a wheel that you're going to stick on this, like some sort of a counter. And there's some people. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know what they do yet. I'll figure it out. I don't even know if I need them. And I say, do I need them? Because I don't know. Golly, those punch out really easy. That is super nice. I mean, you know, of course, as soon as I say that, I get one that kind of sticks a little, but it came out clean. That is great. I love that. I love it when they come out so clean like that because, you know, I hate it when they tear, but that's cool. All right. Nice to know. Okay. I'm assuming somewhere in this package of goodies is probably going to be some sort of a, you know, a thing so I can attach these wheels to this, right? You know, those little things like you get in an X-Wing, right? Just and little button kind of things. Just a guess, right? Seems like they should be there. I'm sure they are. Okay. All right, so this is the tray manual. This is, how do I put my game away? One of my favorite things about Anachrony was this. It was great. The Infinity Box came with a, here's how you put it away. It's so well laid out. I mean, look, if you don't like Mind Clash games, I don't understand. But if you do, one of the reasons you do is their rule books are pretty darn fantastic. They're laid out well, absolutely, 100%, I think at least, laid out extremely well. I think they make it pretty easy to see where things are supposed to go. I mean, and I don't mean just like as you put things away, but just as you're putting it out on the table in the setup. They make it pretty easy to understand everything else. They're one of the first games I played that had a description for every single piece, like what all the iconography. They're big on iconography, right? But when you flip to the back, they had kind of an appendix that said, oh, this is what every single one of these buildings or super projects does. This is what every single one of those cards does. I'm going to explain how this works. It's great. Really is fantastic. Okay, so looking at this, player components, yellow, red. That's great. You got all your stuff. Layer 3 and 4. This is where things go. This is great. This is really good. It looks like there's a place for the leader and dissenter standees, which is what those are. But there should also be miniatures for those, and they will go in a different... let's see there. Yeah. Well, those are cardboard standees. Now I'm confused. I'll come back to it. Oh, hey, there they are. Okay. Layer 1, episode 1 and 2, has the miniatures for the leaders. Cool. All right. I like that. Anyway, like I said, I love that they have that. Okay. This is Perseverance Castaway Chronicles Chronicle Expansion Rulebook. It says, warning, play after episodes 1 and 2. Here is your rulebook. And very nice. And similar to others, optional rule set, appendix, leader abilities explained, officer bonus and scoring conditions, each of those explained. Yeah, I mean, same thing, just like always. They've got a little appendix in the back that tells you everything. And on the back of the rulebook, I usually will photocopy this, right? The back of it. I will scan it or whatever and print it out to hand off to the other people on the table so that not everybody's always looking at this going, okay, what do the icons mean? What does this mean? You can hand it to everybody. It's nice. I like that. Okay, so here is the rulebook for episode 2. And this is the solo rulebook. Wait, seriously? Morning play after episodes 1 and 2. Solo rules for Perseverance episode 1 and 2. Wow. Okay. I mean, this is... that's the solo rulebook. Just, my hope is that it's like the, hey, here's how you set it up. And you don't have the, hey, set it up like a 2-player game and do these 24 things differently. I'm not going to look. I'm hoping that that's not what it is. It's not a pet peeve. It's not that strong. But I do really wish that when they made games for solo, that they wouldn't do that. I wish they'd say, here's setup. Same thing for if you have different setup for 4 players, 3 players, 2 players, and it's vastly different, or there's a lot of things that are different. Same thing with solo. If there's a lot of things that are different, give it its own dedicated instructions with pictures and diagrams and stuff. Just my preference, right? So, okay. Let's bring this big giant thing back over here and let's see what all the goodies are. Okay, so this looks like it's a player mat. Now the question is, do I keep this and roll it all up in there. Oh, well, that's different. It is a player mat. It's not a player mat. This is the dice rolly thing. That's cool. But it's got these plastic snaps on it. I've never seen one with plastic snaps before. Huh. Interesting. Very cool. And I guess it's got snaps that go either way so that you can decide which side you want to use. Or maybe it's got some sort of like funky way of doing its snappy business thing. I don't know. You know, hey, we'll figure it out. But I do really dig these. You know, any game that's got a bunch of dice in it, where you're gonna, you know, just roll them all over the place. I like that. That's cool. Spiffy. All right. Like I said, it also go back the other way if your preference is to do it this way. Haha. Not that it should be like, it's only supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be stupid like I just did it. So there you go. But yeah, neat. I like it. Okay, now let's see what we got in here. These are the temple miniatures. Preloaded, mind you. I gotta say, I have always thought that it would be really cool if I ever did a game and did a Kickstarter to give you an option, and I say a Kickstarter, some sort of crowdfunding or whatever, GameFound. Kind of partial to that right now. But if you did some sort of thing, right, where you did, you know, standee, you know, or miniature bases, we're gonna have to open this one. This one's got the squishy glow berries. But if you were gonna do a Kickstarter or something like that, I think, how fun would it be to give people like a $5 or $10 or whatever the cost would be, you know, I mean, almost like a zero profit kind of thing, but pre-punched, pre-organized, right? I mean, this is how the game's supposed to be put away. And oh, by the way, it fits in the box. How cool would that be? So, all right. These squishy glowberries, they feel different than the Everdell things. They are not edible, I assume. They're not. Don't eat these, kids, adults. I mean, I really do want to bite one, though. They are that kind of squishy, right? So, pretty cool, though. Neat. All right, those feel cool. Weird, but cool. Okay. All right. Last one in the top. Walls. Spiff. Okay. Separator and divider. And then we get to the dinosaurs. And some people. All right. Let's see what these look like. Tape. These are little flathead dudes. I'm going to bring one up closer here in just a second so you can see it a little better. But, neat. There's some people and stuff. Okay, all right. The wash is, I'll say the wash is pretty light. I mean, it's not heavy like the sun coat or whatever they called it. You know what I'm talking about? Spot, what? Anyway, the stuff that they did for Awakened Realms for Lords of Hellas and I'm assuming Lords of Ragnarok. I think they did it there too, but it's not as dramatic. Maybe that's a better word. It's not as dramatic as it is in those. That's not a bad thing. It's not a great thing either necessarily, but it's not a bad thing. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. All right, so that is a whole tray of some steel heads and some of those minis that you gotta fight, I guess. It looks like a bunch of people with guns and stuff like that. Another tray of dinosaurs. These look like the, what are these called? These look like the tramplers. And let's see. Oh, here we go. That's cool. There's some kind of recessed trays here that have those little shield emblems recessed in them. And kind of coins there. This is your player characters, Adelita, Phoenix, Keone, and Jack. And it looks like the all those metal, the painted metal tracker tokens and different designs probably go into that, it looks like. That's cool. And they fit right in the top here, which is nice. And that is the top of this tray, which has your player characters. So very, very cool. I like those. Those are good. So colored bases, cubes, tokens, cube tokens, that kind of thing. You know, I mentioned those little things that you needed earlier that I think those are them for the dials. A lot of them, a lot more than just the one that I punched out earlier. There's probably more stuff in there, right? So anyway, so you got that. You've got these little crates, watchtowers. Sorry, these are watchtowers. They look like crates, kind of stacked up, but they're watchtowers, kind of disguised watchtowers. Anyway, cool. Let's go in there. Set that on top of there and that there. All right, it's another tray, some more plastic tokens and some more miniatures up across the top. Looks pretty good. I like it. I like the way this is all kind of laid out. I think it's going to be good. I think the way they seem to have set this up is really so that you can set it up quickly. I guess the way they've organized it. And there's a bunch of punches out there on the bottom. Okay, so there's some more dinos there. These are the raptors and some more people miniatures. Cool. There's just so much stuff in this box. Oh my goodness. So, scorecards. Yeah. This one's hefty. So this one, I think this one probably has, yeah, it's got some of those cards. It's got dice. It's got the metal pieces in it. Yeah, let's fire this one up. Let's open it and see what happens here. Okay, yeah, these, oh, those have got some heft. These are the metal tokens. Nice. Yeah, those look, they feel hefty. I mean, they really do. They feel like they've got some pretty significant weight to them, which is not a bad thing. I think that's a good thing, although it makes the whole box heavier, but it's huge. What's another 8 ounces? Okay, this is the Chronicle Card Errata Pack. Please replace the 2 copies of Chronicle Card 31 with these new copies that show the correct card name. Well, that's cool. Okay. I appreciate getting that now and not having to look it up in the rule book later and not going on to BGG to look for errata or whatever. So whole bunch of cards, good stack. Tell you what, let's open them up and see what they feel like. Not bad. Got kind of a textured finish. I don't know if it's a linen finish. I think it is. Yeah, you hear that? Right? Yeah, I think that's a linen finish. It does. Has a little bit of that feel. They look like Mind Clash cards. Again, I'll put some pictures up of some of these as we kind of, as I'm scrolling through these. These are good. Yeah, these are great. They feel really good in the hand. I'm not going to shuffle them because it doesn't look like I should. Just, based on that. So, some more cards here. Dino Veritas. Right, that's cool. That's one that, this one is one that, this card, I think in particular, is one that we saw a lot during the Kickstarter campaign and since, just pictures that were there. Some miniature cards there. That stacks up. Dice. These look like your, yeah, like the Star Wars Destiny dice and, those kinds of things, right? As far as the, I don't know what the process is called. It's not heat transfer, I don't think. They don't look like the kind that would, feel like the kind that would just peel off, but the art on it is really good. The color and definition of it is really, really well done. The print is great. It doesn't just, kind of glancing at these, it doesn't look like any of them are, sometimes in printing and things, you'll get an offset or something. It looks like quality control was pretty high on these. That's great. I like it. Very nice. So put those back in this section here. I'm telling you, that thing's huge. Okay. Oh, still more, right? And I think this is, yeah. Foam. That's important. Maybe. Okay. So we've got the boards. I was about to say board. Boards. Yeah, multiple boards. Of pretty good size. This is going to be a table hog. This is the 4x6 game topper, and I think I'm going to need every bit of this to play this game, which is great. Can't wait to play the campaign game. Really ready to do it. So sustenance, military expansion, protection, rations, patrol, training, politics, supply, salvage, and fortification. This is the 4-player side. This is the 2 to 3 player side. Cool. Similar things. Nice. Okay. The battery ran out. I swear I had it plugged in. Guess not. Anyway. So the big board it's not exactly the same, obviously. Coming for somebody who obviously has not read the rules yet. I just opened it. And remember when I said Instaback? It means I don't read the rules before I purchase. At least that's, for me, that's what that means. So you've got the 2 to 3 player side, and this is a bigger, it feels like a bigger version. It's not. This is different things. It's different trackers, I think, is what it looks like. But it has the same things, like sustenance, military expansion, construction, politics, training, gather, settle, salvage, discovery. But you've got these giant hexes out here too on this side, right? This is the 2 to 3 player. Let me open this one up to the 2 to 3 player side. This is the 2 to 3 player side. See, so it's got that same kind of tracking aspect here and very similar art, but not the same. But either way, it's got that whole tracker kind of a vibe going there. So my guess is just, different, the different episodes, the different, I guess I should probably look in the contents and see what it says. It didn't say right there, but yeah, it's fine. I'll look in the rule book later. I might even look in the rule book and, you know, put a note on the screen for you to say, this moron didn't know what he's talking about. This is what it really is. Yeah. So, okay. Big boards. Okay. Also big boards. These look like the player mats just based on the art that's on the back. Let's open those up. Take a look at those. There's more trackers. Yeah. And some punch outs and stuff with some things. Well, you know, I don't know how much of it I need to keep. I'll probably keep all of it because, you know, they gave me space for it seems like in the trays. Just in case I'm one of those people who really dislikes miniatures. Not me at all. Okay. I mean, I don't just assume that a game is better because it has miniatures. It just looks better on the table because it has miniatures sometimes. Most of the time. Anyway. All right. Clean this up later. Haha! Oh, look at that. Recessed. Yeah, it's a recessed player mat. You've got where these little cubes, the recesses for the cubes, as well as those tokens and the pieces, the metal pieces that I mentioned earlier. These half-pound pieces. Not a half-pound each. Please don't misunderstand. So, but yeah, this is Adelita, Phoenix, Coyote, and Jack. And yeah, these look good. They're a little, they're not thin, not by any stretch, but for the double-sided, or not double-sided, excuse me, the dual thickness, dual layer boards, they are a little bit thinner, but I don't know that they need to be any thicker. I mean, first of all, you're going to put it on the table and you're going to play and you're going to move stuff around. But, I mean, if it's they're thicker, they're heavier, and that's already an enormous box. So, yeah. All right, let's see what's in this. This is the last thing right here. So, thanks for hanging in there with me. You know, it's the fun part, right? All this unboxing goodness. Don't want to play it. That's not the fun part, right? Okay, I mentioned the trackers, right? So you got all that. Cool. Yeah. People, dinosaurs, nice. Hexes, chief mate, chief of security, chief steward, chief engineer. Same thing for probably the next chronicle or the next episode kind of thing. Captain, defender, scout, hunter. Cool. There are some good looking things in here. A whole bunch of blank pieces. Maybe it's like Dinosaur Island where you're supposed to like make your own. Could be, right? Probably not, but feel free, right? Go ahead, do it. Knock yourself out. So Phoenix, Coyote, Adelita, Jack. I'll bet the other one's for the solo, like to track something else. Who knows? These pieces here, these punch outs like this kind of, for lack of a better way to put it, little Star Trek, you know, I forget what those things are called. I don't watch much Star Trek, so sorry. I've watched it before. I don't dislike it. I'm not one of those Star Wars people that hates on Star Trek. It's just not my favorite. That's okay. I do watch it sometimes. I'm that kind of nerd. Anyway, I might remember what those things are called. But either way, it looks like one of those, like from Discovery. You know, the little, whatever. It's on there too, right? It's one of those metal pieces. So put that back so it's not, it's like it never was punched out. Holy moly, it actually went back and didn't fall out right away. Cool. All right, well, that is everything from Perseverance, Castaway Chronicles.
Yeah, see, and that's a cool, yeah. Perseverance, Castaway Chronicles, episodes 1 and 2, from Mind Clash Games.
Anyway, all right. Perseverance, Castaway Chronicles, Mind Clash Games, David Turchi, and others. And I say that because I think Turchi's great. But I feel like I'm a jerk when I do that. So Victor Peter, Richard Amon, Thomas Van de Ginsta. I'm so sorry. I am screwing your name up. But I probably am. And Wolf Plunk. This has been an unboxing from the Board of Damocles. Thank you for watching. Good night.